From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Shifts by him at the 25. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. They'll set up the screen with Davis. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now Mayfield. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mayfield now from the 50. Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33.
First and 10 at their own 30.
They begin with a run by Davis. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He finds his man complete. That's Carter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They go play action. Mayfield. That one caught by Carter. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Mayfield now. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Mayfield to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. Now 3rd down and 7.
It's a gain of 6. brings up third.
To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
It's the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. It's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
Down the sideline he goes. And he gets this one down to the 24. 47 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
At the 24-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. Over the middle to Garcon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Wisely will throw that one away. And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. To throw, Cousins. And now another one thrown incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Mayfield. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Coleman will try up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The numbers for Coleman last week: 12 carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish a run game.
Bengals first down. First down and goal to go.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Mayfield on play action. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Bengals grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. 2nd time in this first half now, Charles, and he's coughed up the football.
And both times, I think, they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
26-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The Bengals sit 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing the best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
That's another Bengals first down. First down and goal to go.
Coleman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
What an advantage having an elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Coleman again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him, or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I should probably stop their head, boy, because I got all the hands, boy. All that drink you got to chip.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Bird to return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm not almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Play fake. Mayfield. He finds his man. Complete. That's Carter. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Green with a catch left side. 2nd down and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights. And a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Oh, able to avoid him. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Miami set to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. To throw is Cousins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And Davis with it left side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. And that one to the right side and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And a quick throw here that's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A handoff, Coleman between the tackles. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players. But for the real teams, the home stretch is starting. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL.
Set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Coleman has it here right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and it's complete. Here is 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, Cousins. And left side here, it's Graham. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Cousins now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mayfield keeps it himself. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they hand off to Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Mayfield. And he is caught. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. That one caught by Carter. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to touchdown. Out is Prater to kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And out come the Dolphins now. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
2nd and 6.
Now Cousins. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On the and a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, You've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around.
Here's a diving catch right side. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Partner, I know the bounces are supposed to equal out over the course of a game, but not so far in this one.
Now this afternoon, the bounces are there, so the scoreboard also there.
Totally reflects it. They've got a big advantage.
Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 65 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Mayfield off the play fake. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up
Mayfield's going to take it on the sneak. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. This to Graham on the short pass. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
To throw, Cousins. Getting this ball out wide for Davis. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get in that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Mayfield now. He'll get that one to Carter complete. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Mayfield
At the 16-yard line.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Cousins to throw it. The spin. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Cousins. The man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
1st down. A gain of 13 yards.
Here's Cousins.
1st down.
The Bengal pressure gives him that time. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 16. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's good for the Bengals. First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Right back to Coleman here on first down. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 97 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well.